Hey there everybody, just doing a review for the FJDynamics Powersec MP2000 portable power station. And in case you did not know, FJDynamics is a company that creates automated robotic technology for agricultural equipment. And it looks like they're going to be getting into the power station market. And we're just going to be taking a closer look at the box real quick right here. A pretty large box for a large power station. There are handles at either side of the box. And you also get the specifications chart right there. And in terms of what's included in the box, you do get a AC charging cable, a solar charging cable, and a car charging cable. And you also get 4 extra screws to hold down the removable battery, which is located under this panel right here. Not a lot of power stations have a removable battery, but this one does, and we're going to get more into that later on in the review. And you also get a user manual too. And let's go ahead and take a closer look at the power station itself. Alright, and so taking a closer look at the Powersec MP2000 power station, it has a 2000 watt max output along with a 2264 watt hour lithium ion battery, and it is a big unit. It has a 22 inch by 14.5 inch by 10 inch form factor, and it weighs 60 pounds. And so this is a large and heavy unit. You're definitely going to want to be using the 2 handles to the sides right there, and you're definitely going to want to be using your legs if you're picking this unit off from the floor. All right, and let's just go ahead and take a quick walk around of the power station and see what other functional parts it has. Most of the functional things are going to be at the front of the unit, and we're going to be getting more into this in a second, but let's just take a quick walk around. And so those are like that's the screen and the most of the output ports right there. And to the side, to the left side, you have the handle, and you also get an AC vent. At the back there isn't anything other than the specification panel, along with a warning, with a couple of bullet points that you may want to read before you use the unit. Okay, and off to the right side is the other handle, as we mentioned before, and you also get the input ports right here, and that includes 2 Anderson input ports along with a AC input port for the AC charging cable. For the Anderson ports, those are for solar charging and to use with the car charging cable included in the box with the power station. So yeah, that's really it. And taking a look at the top of the power station, it does have a panel that lets you access the internal removable battery. Take a look at that. Yep, and there it is. So what's holding down the battery are these 2 screws right there, and these 2 screws right there. And if you can loosen them with your hand. You don't need any special tool to loosen the screws, and all you need to do is just loosen the screws. And once the screws are loose enough, you can just slide this plate out and take it off just like that. You're gonna do the same thing for this side right here. I think that's loosened enough, and you can just slide that plate right off right there. And the battery is almost ready to take out. You just have to unplug the cable for the battery from the actual power station itself. Just gotta pull on it. Oh, there we go. And it is loose. All right, and so once the 2 plates are removed from either side of the battery and the cable is disconnected from the power station itself, you are ready to remove the battery right there. You just gotta hold it by the handle, and it is heavy, you guys. This is what mostly contributes to the 60 pounds of the power station, so just be ready to pick it up when doing so. Okay, I'm just doing this with one hand. This is really heavy, you guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, and that's the battery itself right there. I just wanted to demonstrate how it was to take out the battery, and we're just gonna pop it back in and see how it performs. I just wanted to show you that the battery is removable, and that eventually I think FJDynamics will put this on their website for sale, so you don't have to buy a whole new power station once the battery does run out of its longevity of its battery life. And yeah, it's pretty nifty, I gotta say. I wish more power stations were able to do this, but at the same time, I mean, some power stations are using lithium iron phosphate batteries, which do call for many more charge cycles. Oh, there we go. Here's my other cat. And yeah, just putting the battery back, just do everything in reverse. Just put the battery back in, plug the charging cable back in, and put the plates back and screw them tight so the battery doesn't move around once you put it back inside. And we're just gonna continue on to see what this power station has in store. Okay, you guys, we have the battery back inside after taking it out, and we're just gonna continue on to see how to use the power station right here. The battery does have a power button that you do have to turn on, so you have to turn on the battery itself first, and then you are able to use the rest of the power station. And the power button is located right here. Press the power button, these lights turn on, and it shows how much of the battery capacity is left. Right here we have about 100%. All right, and that's all there really is to it, to turning on the power station. You can just close this panel back down, and let's just continue on to the front of the unit. And so at the front, usually the screen does turn on. Not sure why I didn't turn on right here, but you can just press this power on button right there, and the screen turns on, and it shows you the exact percentage of the battery capacity that's available. Also at the front is where you're going to find all the output ports. So you have the DC charging section, the USB section. Well, the DC section includes two DC 5521 ports along with a cigarette lighter port. The USB section includes two USB-C power delivery ports, along with 4 quick charge USB-A charging ports. So yeah, each of these ports features a quick charge. I just really wish that they would have chosen maybe like orange color for each of these USB ports. It just would have made them stand out more, and would have let the consumer, or like, you know, the user of the power station know that, oh yeah, these are quick charge ports. Because I mean, just looking at these ports right here, they just look like regular 12 watt or 5 watt ports. But I mean, it's just that's just my opinion. But yeah, it's pretty incredible that they're all quick charge, because usually on power stations these are rather slow charging. But yeah, all of them are quick charge. 2 USB-C power delivery ports with 60 watts each. It would have been pretty cool to see a 100 watt each USB-C port, but I mean, you get 2 that can charge most USB-C laptops. But let's keep going. You do also get 3 AC outlets. Not bad. I mean, it would have been nice to see more outlets, I guess, but at the same time, I think 3 is pretty good for a power station that's able to output 2,000 watts. And you're probably looking to power incredibly powerful appliances that go into like the 1,000 wattage range or higher, and 3 is going to be pretty good for that. And when it comes, so yeah, I mean, the screen does have a backlight, and I really wish that it stayed on a lot longer, but unfortunately it doesn't stay on that long. And if you want to enable each section, you just have to press the button for each of the sections. So if I press the DC button, the DC section turns on, and also it shows up on the screen right there. Same thing with the USB, and it shows up right there. Oh, there's my cat. There's my cat again. Oh, come on, man, can you move, please? Okay, you guys, my cat decided to leave me alone. And AC section, just press the AC button. Oh, just turns on the backlight right there. Okay, and the AC output shows up right there. And so right here you get to see the wattage output for each of the sections real time on the screen. And the same thing is shown when you're recharging the power station as well. So if you're recharging, the input is also shown real time, or we're going to be showing that as well later on in the review. And yeah, let's just go ahead and start using the power station, seeing how it performs with different appliances, charging devices, and yeah, let's just take a look at what's it like using the power station. Alright, you guys, so with this test, I've currently got all the charging ports being used, and that would include the 2 USB-C power delivery ports and the 4 USB-A quick charge ports. And so right here, I've got 4 smartphones being charged. The LG G7 is fast charging. The Galaxy Note 9 is fast charging, the Galaxy A51 is fast charging, and the Google Pixel is also fast charging. These 3 phones right here are charging from the USB-A quick charge ports, and the Google Pixel is charging from one of the USB-C power delivery ports. And right over here we have a Apple iPad 3 charging from one of the USB-A quick charge ports, but I'm pretty sure this is just charging at about like 12 watts probably, because iPads are not compatible with quick charge. And right over here, I have a Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5 charging from one of the other USB-C power delivery ports. And as you can see right here, it's charging at about 25 watts. Yeah, right there. And yeah, this was just to show the charging capabilities of the power station. Currently have a output of about 80 watts. And one of the best parts about the 2000 watt max output is that it fits into the USB output as well, because it's all shared. And so you're not limited to how many devices you can fast charge at the same time. and some power stations do limit each section output, but that's not the case here. Alright you guys, back with the Powersec MP2000 portable power station, and I've currently got the devices still charging from the power station, which includes the 4 phones, the tablet, and the laptop, but I also connected this Black & Decker mini fridge to the AC outlet section. I also connected these 2 tower fans to the AC outlet section as well, which are running at their level 3 highest setting. And this test was really just to show that you can power appliances and charge devices without any problems. Currently we have about 160 watts outputting from the AC section and about 75 watts outputting from the USB section. And yeah, it was really just to show that with a 2000 watt max output, this is pretty lightweight for the power station, and a 2264 watt hour power capacity, you can run everything here for countless hours. So if you're going hiking, camping, going on a road trip, this power station can be relied upon for like hours, possibly days, depending on how often you're using the power station. And yeah, let's just keep continuing on with these tests. Alright, let's go. Oh, and one other thing I want to mention is that you can probably hear the internal fan, and if you can't hear the fan, that's fine. You can see this logo on here around the screen that shows the internal fan is on, and it occasionally turns on when the wattage is high enough and the unit deems it necessary to turn on the fan to dissipate heat. But yeah, the fan is audible. You can hear it if you're powering quiet appliances, but other than that, it's necessary. Every power station does have, well, nearly every power station does have a internal fan, and this is no different. It's not exactly loud, but you can hear it. Alright you guys, so for this test I do have a Ninja food blender connected to the power station, and I do still have the Black & Decker mini fridge connected to the unit as well. And in this case we're just going to be making a banana smoothie using the bananas, sugar, ice, and the milk. We're just going to pop everything inside, turn on the blender, and see how the power station is able to power the blender. And yeah, let's just pop everything in and turn it on. Alright, and I placed all the ingredients for the banana smoothie into the blender, and we're just going to turn on the blender. We're going to go from low to medium to high, checking out the wattage of the blender as well on the screen, and just seeing how the blender itself performs. Let's go ahead and set it to high first. Let's try medium. Alright, there we go, and the banana smoothie is done. Yeah, pretty incredible stuff. You can easily power a blender if you wanted to, wherever you are with the power station really. And we're just gonna go ahead and pour it outside into a cup and see how it is. Alright, currently got the banana smoothie right here. Just gonna pour it out. And looks perfectly fine to me. If you guys want to power a blender, you can do so with the Powersec MP2000 portable power station. Handles it with no problems at all. With the 2000 watt max output, you can also have other appliances connected to the other 2 AC outlets. Currently we have a mini fridge connected, of course, but anything else you wanted to connect, there's a lot of room because of that 2000 watt max output. Alright, and let's keep continuing with powering appliances. Alright, so in this test we've got a 1000 watt LG microwave. Yeah, I mean it's just a regular microwave. We're just going to put some food inside and see how it functions from the power station. And let's go get some food. Okay everyone, we're just back with some chow mein I made yesterday. And we're just going to put it in the microwave and see how the power station performs with powering it. Oh, there we go. There we go, and we're just gonna set it to, I think, 2 minutes and just let it run. See how much of a effect it has on power capacity. and as well with the power station in general, just running the microwave. There we go. And so we're just gonna start that. Oh, and the fan of the power station just turned on, and we're at 1500 watts. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a heavy power test. Go. Alright, and just something to note that the battery capacity is at 84% currently. And let's just take a look at the battery capacity again after the microwave has finished warming up the food. Okay, and so we've got about 3 more seconds on the microwave, and there we go. That's it. Wow. Okay. So that is, yeah, that's really hot. Yeah, that's hot. Okay, as expected. But I mean, I just wanted to see if the microwave was able to run at full capacity to warm up the food, and it did. And looking back at the power capacity, yeah, we're at 83%. So if you're going to be powering appliances that are like in the 1500 watt plus range, you're definitely going to be getting about an hour or more, but it's going to cut down on the usage time that you have on the power station. There you have it. This FJDynamics Power Station can run a full-size microwave with no problems. Pretty useful if you like want to travel somewhere and you also want to warm up some food while you're traveling in your car, like such as on a road trip. Seems kind of strange, but at the same time, a lot of people do that. You know, a lot of people sometimes go on road trips, take a power station with them, and they want to feel like they're at home and warm up food conveniently with a power station. And you're able to do that with a power station of this caliber, like with a 2000 watt output. And that's what you can do. You can power nearly any appliance that you have in your home. You can power with this power station. So yeah, pretty incredible. Alright you guys, so we're doing a test with the Powersec MP2000 power station, and we've got 2 fans being powered as well as a deep fryer being powered from the unit, and all of this is pulling about 1500 watts, and the fan is on. You can probably hear the fan, and you can also tell by the logo on the screen. And the way the deep fryer works is that it draws power to reach the set temperature, which is 350. Oh, and there you go, you just heard that. It beeped, and it's at 350 currently, and it has stopped drawing power because the only 2 things that are being powered right now are the 2 fans. But yeah, there you have it. If you wanted to deep fry some food outside and have the 2 fans running to keep cool and to keep bugs away, you can do so with this power station. Alright, so for this test I do have a shop vacuum connected to the power station, and we're just going to turn it on to see how it performs and how much watts it pulls from the power station. So let's just go ahead and turn that on for a few seconds. Okay, and there it is. So if you wanted to clean something outside with a shop vacuum, you can do that with the power station. Handles it with no problems. It pulled about 1030 watts, I think I saw. And yeah, there we go. Alright, so I've currently got the power station AC recharging. I've got the AC charging cable connected into the AC input port off to the side of the power station. And the input is 1200 watts, which is one of the fastest I've seen with a power station. And it makes sense in this case because the power station has a 2200 watt hour power capacity, which is incredibly high, and it's able to recharge the capacity from 0 to 100% in about 2 hours. And while you're AC recharging the unit, this does act as an uninterrupted power supply, and you can actually see the logo right there. And what that means is that while the unit is AC recharging and you have appliances connected to the to any of the AC outlets at the front of the power station, the appliances are powered from the wall outlet, not the power station itself. And if the power does go out, the power station automatically starts powering any of the appliances that you have connected to the AC outlets on the power station. And I do have a heat gun connected to the power station, and I'm just going to turn it on to see what happens to the input. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, when you power an appliance while the power station is recharging, the input does fall quite a bit. It depends on the wattage of the appliance that you're powering. The heat gun was definitely being powered from the wall outlet because lights did flicker. But yeah, that's a pretty cool feature. It's a feature that more power stations are starting to use, and it's pretty helpful if you ever need an appliance to keep on running, even if the power goes out, like during a storm. But yeah, there we go. Alright, and I'm currently outside with the Powersec MP2000 power station. I currently have it recharging using a Fantic 100 watt solar panel, and it's currently charging at about 72 watts. It occasionally jumps to 80 watts as well. I'm pretty sure I can get it to a higher solar input if I were to adjust the location of the solar panel for better sun exposure. And this solar panel isn't exactly optimal because the max solar input for the power station is 600 watts, so you're better off using like 200-300 watt solar panels. But yeah, this was just to show that you can recharge the unit using a solar panel if you wanted to. It's just that you should use a more powerful one in this case. And I had the cable of the solar panel running into the Anderson port off to the side of the power station. And yeah, pretty cool that you can recharge it using a solar panel if you wanted to. Alright, and just to wrap up this review for the Powersec MP2000, I just wanted to talk real quick about the build quality of the power station. Most of the power station is made of plastic. There is soft rubber corners right here, but overall this is not a rugged power station, so you're going to want to avoid dropping the unit, otherwise you could damage it in the case of a drop. And also waterproofing or water resistance. I should say there is light water resistance with a power station as long as you have the ports covered and you're not using the power station, but it does have a IP54 water resistance rating right there. And what that means is that the power station can withstand light splashes of water. But overall, I'm going to be honest, I do not recommend exposing the power station or any power station really to water, because water can get in anywhere and it can ruin your power station. Oh, and I also want to mention that I'll have a link down in the description below for the written review article for this power station, and I will also have a link in the description to the FJDynamics website in case you were thinking about purchasing the power station as well. And that's really about it, you guys. Alright, have a nice day. Goodbye.